Okay. Well, we're getting ready to.
Hey, what's going on, sir? You all right?
We're getting ready to start Thursday, March the 5th, 2026, for a regular work session meeting. The first thing we have on the agenda to talk about is the enhancement of the advancement of the sheriff department agreement. Stokes is not here to start it up, so, Councilman Whitaker, could you start this thing up, or Deloach, you have anything concerning the agreement with the, can you step up to the podium? Thank you, sir.
Good evening. How you doing?
Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Great. I wanted to ask, how much will it be for us to add 4 extra deputies to the 2 we already have?
I spoke with Tamika last week. The contract that you have in hand now, whatever that price is per deputy, you could multiply or however many openings you want to fill. I know at one time years ago, you had 6. That's correct. Yes, sir. And then dropped the 4, or the 2. But yes, ma'am, whatever that price is on the contract. I spoke with the sheriff this week, and whatever it is for one deputy would be the same price for each additional deputy. I don't have the contract in front of me right now.
Okay, will we be able to negotiate? I'm sorry. Will we be able to negotiate like a contract that fits our city to the best of our needs, as far as like negotiating a contract?
Yeah, are you talking about the price or?
No, I'm saying to put in what we need, the services to serve our citizens.
Yes, ma'am. You would write up your contract and get it to us, and then I would take it to the sheriff, and then the sheriff would review it along with the chief deputy, and then he would take it to his attorney, and then we would get back with you on that situation. If there are any questions or deletions or additions, then we would negotiate back and forth at that time.
So this 41,945, that's for 2 deputies, right?
I don't have it in front of me. I know it's. Yes, ma'am.
Can you, if you can, you can take it back with you. I wanted to see about the services that we're getting right now. For 4?
Yeah,
That's 4 in the morning and night.
I'm not sure what shift. We currently contract 4 deputies, 2 in the day shift, 2 in the evening shift. So this shift, the first shift is 6 to 2, right? Or is it 7 to 2?
That would be determined by you and the council. I know that Clay at one time had X amount of deputies, and they had 24-hour coverage, and they dropped a couple of deputies, and I believe they stopped their contract deputy at 12 midnight. From 12 midnight to 6 in the morning, we cover.
Okay.
And at one time, oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt you,
Oh,
sir.
I'm sorry, I was saying it was like about $10,000 per deputy per month.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a question I'm trying to get your name.
It's Deputy Chief John Mays.
Okay, Deputy Chief John Mays.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Could you, I don't know if you possibly could tell us, so this is enhanced law enforcement services. So what if we didn't have the additional deputies in Center Point that we pay for? What would our coverage look like?
If you keep the same coverage now,
Well, no, sir. If we didn't have enhanced law enforcement services, if we didn't have a contract with you,
if you didn't have any contract deputies at all,
Yes, sir. What would this service look like?
then we have different beats
Mhm.
that work this area and on the other side, northwest, and up toward Pinson and down south. You would have those deputies that work those beats
Okay. Because,
at the time.
okay, because,
There just wouldn't be any designated
in our city-
contract deputies per se. You would have the sheriff's office for, that works the outlying areas.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, Pinson has, contract deputies, but north of Pinson, we have deputies that work out that way. And when they stop their coverage, I believe right now they've got 24 coverage. At one time, Centerpoint had 24 coverage, and they dropped some deputies. And then Clay had 24 coverage, and they decided they wanted to drop it. Theirs at midnight.
Okay.
We negotiate with them. They recently Clay wanted to change some hours, and they came to us. The mayor came to me at the meeting. I went and saw the mayor, and she requested to change some hours on the contract for a deputy that worked. They wanted to change a 2-hour shift difference,
Mhm.
and we swapped them at that time. And they know if they have a question, if they want to change hours, if you have a contract deputies for 2 or 3 or however, if you want to change those hours, normally we put it in the contract.
Mm.
If it should change, the mayor and the council want to move a deputy per se on hours, then you just let us know, and we either add it as an addendum in the contract, and we move deputies around as to how you want us to do it for coverage purposes.
Okay.
Can you explain? I'm sorry. Can you explain what services we're receiving right now, and how does that benefit our residents?
I believe right now you've dropped down to, let's see, you have 2 deputies, I think, that work day shift, and 2 that work either evenings or partial nights. They work certain areas of Centerpoint. They don't answer calls in unincorporated areas. They answer calls only in Centerpoint, the ones that you have on contract. Now, if someone shoots somebody, or if there's a very bad emergency and they're asked to go over here toward, right outside your jurisdiction, over here by Jeff State, normally they would back somebody up, but normally they stay in your city limits.
Okay.
And
and
they
what-
answer the calls that come in Centerpoint for your services.
What services do they provide?
They work traffic. They patrol the area for burglaries. If somebody calls in a burglary report or a theft, they patrol the businesses of Centerpoint, in Centerpoint, and violations. If there's violations, and they stop vehicles and they check people out. And the sergeant on each shift works in conjunction and monitors. If they get a domestic call, the sergeant usually comes with them to that call. I know we have a lot of different domestic calls at different times, but sergeant is required to go with a deputy, whether it's in contract deputy or a deputy that works outside the city limits, if they get a bad call.
So they do patrol our neighborhoods.
Yes, ma'am. They patrol the neighborhood. They also, if people ask them for a certain patrol request, if there's a certain area, I know that the lieutenant comes in on meetings at your council meetings, and he shows you the different calls that's gone out for that week, how many calls we've answered for the city of Centerpoint and the outlying areas. And then Pinson gets their statistics also in Clay. The contract deputies make those meetings and give them their information each week and let them know what all has occurred.
So due to what you guys see on a daily basis here in Center Point, do you all think that we need extra deputies?
Ma'am, I can't say yay or nay for that. I mean, you used to have, at one time, you had 6 deputies back years ago. And other administrations, they did have 6. They had 2 each for 24 coverage. And then through the years, it's deputies were dropped and to where you're at now. And it's just like Pinson dropped. At one time, they had 6, and they switched, and they dropped down. And then, of course, Clay had 6, and they've dropped due to circumstances with their administrations, taxes or whatever. But that, the services that we have on the contract, I don't have the figure.
It's been
Let's see. I didn't get to bring the exact figure with me on concerning each deputy, but that figure for one deputy provides a car. Of course, the deputy's working. You have an X amount of overtime allotted to the city each year to work over on different events. Pinson has deputies work their Butterbean Festival, for instance, and they get paid overtime. But there's an X amount of dollars in each contract with each city allotted for overtime for different events. If you have a carnival or something at City Hall here or different areas where people come in and you want extra additional deputies to work for this, city contract deputies, they're allowed to come in and work those hours for you. So, and that comes out of your contract. That's the yearly contract.
So we can negotiate the contract far as what the deputies do in the city and how they best help our residents.
Yes, ma'am. If you want to change hours, if you want to move them around, normally they work for us, but they're contracted out to each city. And if you have questions and you want something done, then all you have to do is just bring it, let us know, and we'll meet with you. I know at one time there have been, years ago, certain ordinances. Regular deputies don't take care of ordinances that we work on under state law. They used to have training over here for deputies in different cities concerning ordinances. I know you have a problem with vehicles and so on and so forth, but normally we go with your chief currently, and he lets us know, and we assist if he's going to tow something, from someone's area, or if something happens. I know we used to, deputies would get calls to go with your inspectors to go somewhere to a residence or something about a violation of city ordinance where somebody's dumping trash, so on and so forth. I know we've even had deputies that if the contract deputy was tied up and an additional deputy came in to take a report, and it might be an ordinance that deputy is not familiar with ordinances, he or she is supposed to take the report and advise the contract deputy of that incident and or ordinance violation so they can go from there on that.
Like the ordinance, the city ordinance, do like dog bites, dog things out there, things that happen towards the city. Does you all required to take care of the city ordinance, or we are supposed to take care of the city ordinance?
Normally, we assist you with your chief because he works with the city and he's takes care of ordinances. We will go with your chief and assist. Deputy Mason, I think, had one, or a month or so ago, we had a place where we went to, and there were some vehicles towed. And I think the deputy was not a contract deputy, but the city, I think your chief was out there, and we were able to assist him, and they got those vehicles moved. I know there's been a question about late calls, going to a call. And we always contact, whether it's in the city of Center Point, if someone is tied up and we don't have a unit that can respond at that time, we're either going to pull a car from another area, whether they're a contract car or not, to go to that call. If it's a wreck, a burglary, or so on and so forth. So your contract deputies may be tied up on different calls, and if something comes in, then we're going to move a vehicle, move a person around. The sergeants are required to monitor the calls and move people as needed. So whether it be in the city of Center Point or so on and so forth. But your cars are designated to work in your city. And that's what they're supposed to do.
Any other questions?
I think we should. Things wanna add, some deputies and some things.
My recommendation was to add 4 extra deputies and make sure they patrol. We had one for our parkway and then one in each district. That's the reason why I said add I guess 4 extra deputies.
Yes, ma'am.
That was my recommendation.
Yes, ma'am.
And to let our public safety stay out public safety and let them handle their business
Yes, ma'am.
until we get the funding
Yes, ma'am.
for a police department.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
was my recommendation. That's why I wanted you guys to come. But I wanted the citizens also to know what type of services, because if we had one deputy in each district, I think that better serve our residents and they'll feel more safe, because we still got to see what we got to do right now. We're not talking about now. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about to make sure that our citizens have what they need. We can't wait on the police chief to build a police department. We need to do what we got to do for our residents to make sure that they're safe and they have what they need, and somebody is there to help them when they're in need, instead of waiting so long for a police department. To me personally, my recommendation was to hire 4 extra deputies, and we'll have 6. And they'll be able to serve our community better, and then let our public safety department stay our public safety department,
Yes, ma'am.
and let them do their jobs, and also let them go out in the public and work. Will they be able to work with the deputies as well?
Yes, ma'am. The deputy, if it's a contract deputy, he's designated to work different areas. Like, I don't have the past administration. Like I said, years ago, you had 6, and CenterPoint worked 2 on day shift. I believe the time was 6 to 2, and then 2 more deputies came on and worked 2 to 10, and then the night shift deputies, the 2 night shift deputies came on and worked 10 to 6 for 24 coverage. And as the deputies were dropped, then we adjusted in conjunction with your request of how you want to work them. If you want to change their hours at different times, you just let us know and we go. And even if we have to do an addendum or scratch out to add on the contract, so you know that this is what you're paying for, and this is what where they're working in their times, and we put it in there. Like Clay did that here recently, and they wanted to change 2 hours, so I had to change. We agreed. We moved the deputies around for them, and we added it to their contract, showing that the mayor wanted to move 1 deputy 2 hours difference instead of working 8 to 12. They moved it around for an additional 2 hours, so on and so forth. And we were able to accomplish that and take care of it for them.
Well, that was my recommendation. And the reason why I'm saying that is, once again, because we don't have the money right now. My thing is what we're gonna do right now
Yes, ma'am.
until we get what we need. That's a big issue, far as having deputies. And if not, I know some people areas aren't bad as the other areas, but I'm gonna say this, my area is terrible.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I know I don't see everything, but I do see stuff on that crime radar app,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I see a lot of things happening in my area.
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe everybody area isn't bad, but mine is. So I'm asking for something right now to be done. I can't sit and wait on the police chief to build the police department that we don't have the money for.
Yes, ma'am. I
But
understand.
I'll let them finish.
My
Yes, sir.
thing is, go ahead, President.
Go ahead, sir.
Man, I'm gonna make a long statement short. Centerpoint need a damn police department. We need it. We need it. Everybody, all these other small departments that smaller than Centerpoint population wise, man, we need a police department. The sheriff's department is doing a great job here in Centerpoint, but they responding short time. I mean, you wait. I done heard people's statements, and I'm out here with people every day. I'm out here seeing people every day. We got a police department here in Centerpoint. It deserves a police department in Centerpoint. We all agree on this stage right here. We all agree to disagree on a lot. But man, I agree from the citizens' point of view. I'm not waiting on the sheriff's department. What they doing? I see them every day. I know them by name. They'll be at 6:30, and I'll be to point them out and call their names. We need a police department in Centerpoint, and I'm through talking. I'll talk more later. We need a police department in Centerpoint.
But my issue is maybe I need to borrow yours. But my issue is, do we have the money or don't we have the money?
There ain't nobody. You don't. Where the money? Let's see. Come on right now.
We don't have you. They said Mayor, do we have the money?
Well, you ain't gotta talk to the mayor on that level right now.
That's it. I mean, you know what the Miss Finance lady, do we have the money for a police department?
Do we have the? We don't know, fair. Not tonight.
I would
We're
say.
gonna,
Uh,
I just want to show you this on this.
Oh, okay.
Public safety.
So in public safety, it's $846,000, 123. It take approximately $3 to $5 million to start up a police department. Do we have the money or don't we?
Um,
Tony.
Let me have,
Thank you,
public
Chief.
safety director.
Thank you, sir. We'll
Thank you,
get
Chief
back
Deputy.
right back with
Could
you.
I say this?
Yes,
I
sir.
understand you
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to.
Yeah, just have a seat right there.
No, let him
let
say
him
it. Let him
say
say
something.
it.
I just wanted to tell you that we'll work with you any way we can. We're here for you. I understand that you want a police department. I have no problem with that. I will, but whatever you decide, we will get your figures, and that's what I talked with the sheriff the other day. And he said, whatever the price is for one, if you get an additional, it's just times whatever you're paying for one, it'd go up. If you go back to 6, and it's times 6 total. So,
Thank you so much.
yes, ma'am.
Can I get that? This is
My
mine.
president run this meeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We can ask questions. We can ask
Oh,
questions.
let's not go there.
We have the right
how's
to
everybody
ask
doing?
questions.
Don't do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, good evening. How you
Can
doing?
you turn this mic up, please?
I'm gonna be
My mic
brief,
down.
so
It's not up.
It's on. It's up.
I'm gonna keep it brief, Mayor. Thank you for this time. I've been here now 12 years going on, 13. I've seen it when we had the 6 pops. You've been here with me through this whole duration. Money is not the issue. It's the concept of how we're looking at the department that's the issue. If you want a Birmingham-sized department, yeah, you're looking at $1 million on budget. If you want a Mountain Brook department, you're looking at $1 million on budget. If you want a Tarrant department, do what we're doing now. And there's no bashing on Tarrant. What I'm trying to
get you to understand is this, is what we need, what we have, and what you want. Now, it's with 5 of y'all up here, it's gonna be 5 different opinions on what department is. You keep saying put one in each district. We've had that, am I not mistaken? And even when we had that, it was still an issue. Like I told the mayor, if they couldn't reach the deputy, guess who they call? My department. Councilman Whitaker, something happened last year. Who had to come out and help with that situation? I did. We had deputies then. Where were they? Councilman, you get on your live out here and talk about when they was cutting grass and we didn't have deputies to do that. Who had to go out there? We did. I use we because it's more than me in the department. Now, we keep saying we don't have this and we don't have that. We do have it. It's all about how it's being used is the issue. That is the biggest issue through all of this. Whether you want a chief, director of public safety, lieutenant, sergeant, officer, it don't matter. It's the usage. Now, we have deputies. They'll tell you, yeah, we'll get a call. They have Jefferson County. Yes, we'll have contract deputies, but if it's a special event, something going on, they get pulled for that because just like everyone else, county short on manpower too. You know how long it's taking me just to get one person hired here? 6 months. Going through everything, background checks and all, then get them in. It's still hoops they have to go through just to get in. It takes almost half a year to hire one person. Now, you're saying we don't have the money. You keep saying add 4 people. You know, it's a total of 12. That's not 4. You got to think of so once we do the numbers, now we're doing that per deputy. That's the same money they can be going to the department to build the department, which was the gist of where it was going in the first place.
But we was told when they did those studies, we didn't have the money.
Now listen,
So
even with the last council, I told them, get 2 years in first. Am I not lying? I told that council, I said, get 2 years in first because you're doing a study from the last council. That wasn't the focus of that council. That council came in, did the study, got told the same thing, paid the same amount of money that the previous council was told. Nothing never changed. So how can you just get in, and now I'm not even gonna say y'all use the last council, which you were on. How can you get a study done of something when you ain't even been in a year to see what progress you've made? But then not only that, once you've been in a year, you decide not to go back and do another study. You're getting a study done off someone that was here before you.
well,
Once
the mayor
again-
presented it.
Once again, yeah, because that's all they had. It ain't about the money. It's the usage. So you get 3 people in here. We already working with the county. I have relation. I'm helping the county right now. I go out to their range to help qualify people. Was I not there? And guess who I represent? The city of Centerpoint when I'm there. But you know what happens to me? What they doing out there? Don't they know they have you? What's going on? When I go out and do stuff, I'm by myself. You think I can back up? You think I can just get on the radio and call the county? But yeah, I still do the job I'm asked to do. I still show up. I still get it done. No complaints, no this. You can say what you want to say about me because I hear the stuff, it get back to me. So you can sit right here and smile in my face and then go say something behind my back. I'm a man just like everybody else. And when I reach my point is different than others because I know the law. And I use the law. I went to a peace officer standard training school, just like you did, Constable. So again, it's not about the money, it's the usage. Think about what you want your department to do. If you want us on the parkway, let us hire the folks to work the parkway. We work the businesses. The deputies that are out here right now, I know them. You know what we do? We work together. Hey, if y'all in the residential area, y'all will see me park right here on this parkway. I'll be right here under the little sign. When my garment's here, she'll be somewhere. We call it send it on a tree. Because we ain't gonna pull you over, but guess what we are? Oppressors. When you're at work during the day, how you know what the deputies are doing? You at work. Unless you sitting at work watching your cameras all day. When you need their presence is in the evenings and early in the morning before you go to work and when you're home at night. Because during the day, everybody's at work. But we here, we're riding, we're doing stuff. But we get off just like everybody else. Once our shift is over with, whatever happens out here happens. But if I get a call, guess what? I got to come back out here. Who works 4th of July? I do. Who works New Year's? I do. Do I not, man? I'll call you. Yes, sir, I was. And when the calls went out over the radio and they kept saying, hey, they doing this, and just when he spoke on the ordinance, they said, we don't handle city ordinances. I called up to dispatch and asked them, do not put that on the radio no more. I even took them something to eat and asked them, don't do that. If it comes out, call me on my cell phone.
I asked that because I put a rap on them 3 vehicles there.
Mhm.
And I watched them that whole entire night.
Mhm.
And if you did work, unless you was on your own personal car,
I drove
I
the
know
black.
them calls did not.
So what you telling me is you tag city vehicles?
Yeah, I was trying to see.
So what you're telling me is you tag city vehicles?
No, I didn't
No,
tag
no,
them.
yes
I
you
put
did. You
a
just
rock.
said I put some on them and I know they didn't
They
move.
did not.
That's a
move.
tag. So you
That's
put a
what I did.
tag on the city vehicles. What
I
you
put a
telling me?
tag on city vehicle. If you
You're not
want.
supposed to do that.
Okay, if I'm not supposed to do it,
You're not
that's
supposed to
just
do
that-
it, and that's
that
against the
means
law. But no, you
that
did that though.
would move. But you said
Yeah, I worked.
that you worked.
So
Unless
show-
you was in your regular car.
I was
So
in.
we can look at the back at the video for 4th of July and see that them vehicles didn't move. Because I got Mr. Moses and I called him. I said, you can come over and see them vehicles just sitting there. 4th of July.
Roll, check the stuff out when the radio stuff went out on the radios.
For
Did that.
the record, I did not come over here looking no vehicles for July.
But anyway, what I'm
anyway,
saying
we go
is,
back
but
to
what I'm saying is
Yes,
this: when it's 4th of July, when it's New Year's Eve, whatever, anything that's gonna deal with gunshots, fireworks, because I know the ordinance. I even asked, hey, can we amend that ordinance to where instead of saying it's not permissible or legal, let's put a time on it. Hey, you can pop them during this time for these amount of days, and when this is done, let that be the end of it. Anything after that, we do a citation, those type of things. I don't know what happened to it, but that's what I propose. So that way, 4th of July, when those cars go out, people know we can do A, B, and C. I'm sorry for the time. But yes, sir.
Can I say something right quick? So the current budget amount for our city public safety department is $1.2 million. And in that budget, it pays for Director Weatherly's salary. It pays for Officer Montgomery's salary. And it also includes monies for 3 additional officers. And so to his point of how thinking about the usage and not the size, if you take a city, let's say Kimberly, we could have, if he hires 3 additional officers, and with also Officer Montgomery, that's 4 officers that brings additional coverage to the city, and the money's already budgeted for. If we add 2 additional deputies, that's additional monies we're spending that could go towards the officers that we have that works in the city of Centerpoint. And just like the sheriff's department, when they get in at 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't believe they clock in at City Hall. I think they just come from, I guess, downtown, the headquarters of the house, and they just come on their patrol beat. So there's no way knowing if those deputies are in fact here at 6 o'clock in the morning versus a city employee. And not saying deputies aren't here, I'm just giving it hypothetical. Versus a city employee who have to come to the Director Weatherly, whoever, for a roll call, and those officers are accounted for. I think it gives a greater accountability to the council, the mayor, and the residents if we continue to work alongside with the sheriff's department and the same path that we're on, we're utilizing our current funds to hire additional officers and not trying to go a full-fledged department.
So let me ask you a question. What do we need to keep our public safety department and for you all to have what y'all need and for us to, I guess we write an ordinance or something to put y'all out in the streets and get it done? I didn't know y'all control the community, but since I know now that y'all do patrol, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
What do we need? What do you need to upbeat
What,
the
the truth-
and put the people out
let-
there as the public safety until we get money to switch over to get the full police department?
Easy. Y'all support and let us do our job.
I mean, I
No,
thought
let me finish. Hold on. Let me
That's
finish. Let me
the
I
bottom
finish.
thought y'all was doing
No,
that.
That's
no.
what
Listen,
you
listen,
said.
listen what I said. I said y'all support, and I'm gonna give you a clear-cut example. I had to go on a call today. I'm working this call, doing what needs to be done, and the first thing that gets said to me is, Centerpoint don't have no police department. First thing gets said to me, and I'm sitting here with a blue lit truck and a uniform, vest, and everything. So I said, understood. We have a Department of Public Safety, but nevertheless, I'm here on behalf of the city, and this is what we have to do. That small little part went from being like this to like this because, well, on the news, they say this. Well, and they call you by name. Glenn Williams says this. Yes, they do. They call y'all by name. And I said, well, once again, I'm here to enforce something on behalf of Glenn Williams, who is the council president. So if you need to call him, this is your opportunity right now. I said, this is your opportunity right now. You know, 7 more people came out that house. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I know me, when I see 7 against 1, what you think I'm about to get ready to do? I can't just run, I can't tuck my tail, because then I'm not doing my job. So I get my defense ready for whatever's gonna come next. When I say support, that means, hey, either we gonna do this with the department or not be saying, hey, we don't have this, can't do this, A, B, and C, but then turn around and want this done. Just like the county was here a couple of weeks ago, Sheriff Petway sat right there, both of y'all complained for 45 minutes on what was wrong. Sheriff Petway came and stood right here. The first thing out your mouth was, Sheriff Petway, I want to congratulate you. You're doing a great job.
You're doing a great job.
Yes, sir, but you just complained for 45 minutes. That was the time to tell him, hey, this is what we need. But yet, I get the call to say, go fix this. You've called me before on stuff too, and I helped you. I do that because that's just the man part of me. The business part of me is like, why should I? And that's just being truthful. What we need is the support. We have the cars, we got the people. You said, why you don't make arrests? Well, I've had to work in the gray area because we got the stuff set up with the courts. But now if I make an arrest, are y'all gonna support what comes next? Compared to when the county does it, you don't have to worry about it because it falls on the county. That's the biggest difference. We go out here, make arrests, do what we need to do, pull people over, we rate us, we have all that stuff. City's paying for it, we got the cars. Hey, I'm the past president of ACOP. That's the highest you can get in the state of Alabama. I'm CLEAP certified. The highest you can get. I train others. So I'm not saying this to sit up here and try to throw myself on you. I'm telling you what you have and what we need is just support. We work with the county already. I can call Pops up and say, hey man, this going on. Do you have anybody? If he say no, I say, we going. He'll say, you go do what you need to do, but somebody coming. I feel confident when he tells me that. I do. But what I would love to be able to say is, hey, I'm calling one of my fellow officers to go in the city of Centerpoint to work on something for the city of Centerpoint. Because guess what? Y'all can dictate what happens. You ask, can we tell them what to do? Now, he's over the patrol. You may can recommend it to him, but it's still a chain before it even get to them compared to where with your own. You have a direct line office to the mayor or to my office or whoever you select to say, this is what we need to see. Then it's their job to show you we listen. We had shots fired out here, 20 cases on the ground. Guess who had to go out there and take care of all that? I did. Why? Because I'm here and I'm A-post, but we got the county. And it's not bashing the county. I'm just telling you the facts since I've been here. I've seen the ups and downs. We have a great working relationship. The problem comes when, okay, hey, who is responsible for what? But if you let us do our job and give us the support, that take care of everything. But then when you got questions, instead of bashing or throwing out sly remarks or throwing stuff to the wall to see what stick, either ask the mayor or ask that person or ask the mayor if you can come talk to that person. Because I was told y'all just can't come talk to me.
I was told that too.
Well, again, talk to the mayor. If the mayor say, cool, I'm with it. If not, send it to the mayor, mayor give it to me. Just like I rely on the mayor to realize, that's why I even asked the mayor, can I talk? I just didn't come up here. I give that respect to the seat. That's the seat he's sitting in, I'm gonna respect it. Seats y'all sitting in, I'm gonna respect it. So again, all we need is to support. Let us do our job, and then after that, we ain't doing the job that you want to be done.
I think we go
Free
ahead
will.
and
I have a question.
citizen.
I have,
What's your
I have a question.
This one.
I have a question. When you say let us do our job, I came
Yes,
in a little late, 15 minutes late.
This one.
When you say let us do our job, we just need the support. Can you unpack that for me when you say y'all need the support?
Okay,
What type,
so-
what are you saying?
So I'm gonna use today. When on
Okay.
that call, what got thrown in my face was y'all don't have a police department.
Okay.
But compared to what's saying, hey, we have a Department of Public Safety who's out here working out ordinances. We have someone that's out here helping on the parkway.
Mhm.
They watch the live, they watch the news, everything that's being used
Mhm.
to go against the city. Why not use those same entities and media platforms to build it? Okay, that's support. So now when I go out there, I feel confident enough knowing, hey, I'm working on behalf of the city. If someone wants to come in here right now and start acting a fool,
Mhm.
you have Jefferson County sitting right here, and you have me. It's gonna be a decisive at that point. Do you want the county to take care of you, or do you want your city to take care of you? The support comes in with knowing that, hey, we're out here touring the vehicles. We're showing you what we're doing. Okay, then good. Let's see what we can work on to build on next. Have a plan.
How many, when you say, I've heard the language you say, I, like you'll say, I, who's out there? Me. Okay. How many, number one, why is it just you? How many
Well, 'cause
people are assisting you?
Right now, no one. One of the officers, Officer Montgomery, she's out on leave.
So it's just you
It's just
for the whole city.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you not see that that's problematic?
Oh, I know it is, but here's my thing. I keep trying to put the best foot forward to show you all I'm doing my job. I'm gonna
Yes.
get out here and do what needs to be done. No excuses. I get it done. And my host was just like I told the mayor, well, maybe if I keep showing them I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, they'll see it, but then it hit me. No, it won't. I can still get out here and do as good as I want to do. And
Well, I'm not a part of that
I understand,
census,
but
but what I'm gonna say, Officer, is it Officer Lieutenant Director
Yes, ma'am.
Weatherly? I'm not. I have my own mind when it comes to this,
Understood.
but what I'm saying is just looking from a rational standpoint. This is a whole city, and you carrying all of that, that's a lot. Okay. So I don't think it's a thing for me that you're not doing your job. I believe you. I believe you working hard. I get it, but that's a lot for you to manage and steward. Does that make sense? So when you're trying to steward something that may be beyond your capacity, you are one person and the load is a lot. So things can sometimes fall through the cracks, which is not an indictment against you because you're doing your job, but you're one person.
Just need to
So
help.
what I'm saying, can we get some assistance? Would the assistance look like 4 deputies? Is that assistance? I'm trying to get clarity on what we're trying to do.
Hey, no, ma'am, it would not be.
It would not. That would not help.
Because here's the thing.
Mhm.
Even if you order those 4 deputies, they don't report to the city. They report for the county.
That's the county.
That's the county. So now, if
What's the
you
problem with
need
that?
something, now here's the thing. So like, let's say I'm out here working and I'm doing something. I can't just go tell the deputy, hey, I need you to go do this. He or she doesn't work for me. They're just contracted to us. But now I have one of my own. Hey, I need you set up on this corner, set up on this parameter. This is what we're going to do.
So would you recommend hiring 4 people to work in Central Point versus contract workers?
That's what I've honestly been working on, and I was told to stop. I have, and the reason this is why I was told to stop, because we want to make sure it's a clear consensus of what you all want to do. Because again, I can go out here and hire folks, but then you hire someone else to do a job where I'll put people in place. Maybe they ain't the people that person wanted. You understand? Like that right there puts a lot of things, a barrier. That's where it puts a barrier between where we need to be going compared to what we're doing now. So yes, 4 people are needed. I've already
Here,
started the process. Yes,
Not
ma'am.
contracted.
Do
Do you have a high appeal factor? Do people are you going to be able to get officers to work here? Want to work here? Incentives, pay. Is our appeal factor high?
Yes, ma'am, it is. And here's the thing, even with that, I've even had officers come and say, we'll be reservists just to see what happens. In law enforcement, this is a world of many minds, many attitudes, and many looks. Now, when you can go to a place where you're actually building the culture, that means a lot. That means now you're going in and formulating the culture of that department compared to you going somewhere i.e., you all just made council, and I'm using this as an example. So please, this is an example. You all just made council, don't know me, but one person told you about me, and that built your perspective. Understood? That happens in law enforcement. It happens on regular jobs. But in this case right here, this is an opportunity where everybody can come, sit at the table, be heard, and we formulate this thing. Something that'll grow. Something that'll grow without the animosity, without the hate, without the backstabbing, but it's actually about police work. It is about the people.
Can I have one more question? One more question. Because I know the time.
And I know it's a
Contract versus hiring.
Okay.
You said you've been trying to hire somebody for some time. So the timeline of hiring for individuals who work for Centerpoint in comparison to the timeline of contract workers, which one is going to be shorter? Because if you've been working to hire somebody and yet it has not come into fruition, do you see the problem with that?
So
Like the
here's something to
timeline.
give you the difference.
Mhm.
All right, we can send people to the academy. We send them to the academy. They come in fresh for us. County runs an academy year round. It's a cycle. So they're going to always have someone
Correct.
that they can put out.
Mhm.
We don't have that option. So I have to find either A-post people or get people sent to the academy. I don't want to get fresh people because they haven't done anything. If I get enough A-post people in here, now when we send our people to the academy, I have A-post people. When them come back, they can help train. I have people that's already said we're willing to be reserved. And what a reserve officer is this is an officer that's not getting paid, but they're coming to work. They want to come out here and see what can happen. But what they're not going to do, what is it saying? Jump out the frying pan into the fire?
fire.
Because when they see us on the news and they hear what's being said, it changes things. The very first night we had this meeting, I literally had 4 people ready to come here and work. I sat right back there for almost 2.5 hours. Out of the 4, 2 took their want to come here to work away. They text me and they saying, hey, we not gonna do it. We just seen the news. And then when the chief thing popped up, some of the retired folks that I had that wanted to come here said, well, we're gonna apply for chief. I said, go for it. So we've had the people that want to come and they see the possibility. But when there's so many different stories and situations put out there, who's supposed to know what to be?
So what is the solution? We do a lot of talking. What's the solution?
That's why me, as a
I'm sorry.
council
What's
person,
the
at
solution?
the point now of bringing up.
Yes.
Go ahead, bring
Yes.
But I
it up.
apologize.
Here's the situation that I'm hearing from him, and we work closely with him. Oh, the deputies on the ordinances, he is doing it just about by himself, correct? You know, and you asked that question, do we hire for the city or do we do contract? I see both. If you either get more help for him with the city officers, you know, I'm not saying we're not going to take care of business because we are. And the one last thing I was saying, the tornado that came through Pinson last week, there were 17 houses that were destroyed or damaged. I was informed of this. I immediately went in with my emergency plan. We called all of night shift in, which was like 10 people. And we actually worked overtime from that Thursday or Friday all the way through this weekend of deputies that weren't contract, plus the deputies that were allowed to work the contract money for overtime, just to cover the houses. So
So you recommend both. So that part and then the first part going back, you're saying that it would be your advice to do both. That's your honest opinion.
I feel like he's by himself. I mean,
So both
we used to,
contract
we
hires.
used to take care of the other city or, people, organizations that were here. When they first started the cameras, we monitored, I monitored them. And it was tough to keep up with that. But then our sheriff at that time said, whoa, you can't do that. It's a conflict. So we stopped it. And then you came in and he monitors and he says who gets a ticket and who doesn't. So he's got to take care of all that plus all the other stuff out here. But I'm just saying, if you want to hire somebody in conjunction with him, we'll do anything you want. I know that the time things, there's been questions about our time, but we bring you the statistics. We'll do anything you want to do. We understand y'all are in a bad situation trying to get more help. So if you want to give him more help, I worked with him for years. So, you know, I've worked out here. I had 50 years with this department on the 23rd of this month. I worked in Center Point for 40
I
years.
want to say something. I want to say something. When I first came in, I said, why aren't the public safety people out in the community, working the community? They said, oh, they just do traffic cameras. And that's what I was told. And I asked Mr. Glenn Williams that.
We do a lot more.
So what for y'all to do, what are you ordered to do by the mayor right now?
So you can get called out, we can say, let's call the mayor. This situation happened in my neighborhood. We only got one officer, Officer Webley. Let's call the mayor and get that officer Webley to take care of this. Or it would be best for us to call the contract officer to get him to take care of this.
Can I ask the mayor, don't you do that now? Don't you, if they send you something, you send it to me and I go? Councilman Whitaker, you had a situation when, I don't know if you called the mayor or called the council, but did I not show up?
Yeah, I called Mayor and the two contract deputies were tied up on calls and he called you.
And I showed up.
You see that?
So it can go, if we find out where the help is needed, we gonna go.
And just to close this out, I
Please.
appreciate it,
No,
Director.
thank you.
One of the things that we had talked about was in conjunction with Jefferson County, because we appreciate what they do in the city. And at the same time as we're trying to build our department, we discussed doing a hybrid, department. That was something that we all campaigned on, or that the mayor's, part of that campaigned on, is continuing our relationship with Jefferson County, because the Parkway is a busy place. Accidents, pedestrians walking, but at the same time, I want my residents to know that when they call us, we have a car that we can send over. If it's a dog issue, the sheriffs are really too busy sometimes to go handle non-emergency issues. So that way we have a officer or staff that can go over and talk to those residents to settle civil disputes or, just to break it up so it does not escalate and they can get there in our cars or just regular time during the day. We got a northeast side, we got a northwest side. It takes probably 15, 20 minutes per district just to drive through with your lights on, just to let people know that, hey, this area is being patrolled. So it's not an issue, like he said. We do have a money limitation because we just can't bring in 10, 12 people and then be broke and have to build that money back up. But if we do it the right way, which means that we sit down, we discuss it, we work out the logistics of that issue, then it can be done. And it can be done the right way that is sustainable from here going forward and not in 4 or 5 years realizing, but we overpaid or we don't have the money to continue pushing this. So we have to pull back and go back to bringing in the county. Fairfield had an issue similar to that where they had to bring in more deputies from the county to the point where they were paying $1.2 million, I believe, at one point. And that was an issue for Fairfield. So again, you can make a number of decisions, but the right decision will take you a lot further.
So do your decision, say we need a police department right now, Mr. Mayor?
I'm not sure if I like that tone, but
I'm asking.
I would love to have a police department because at the same time, it inspires pride in the community.
So you
we
think
can-
we need one?
Yes, I think
Okay.
it would do us a benefit to have our own cars,
And we
to
have
be able
money
to
right now
hire
for it.
officers that our residents can relate to, our kids can relate to. A lot of times Jefferson County can't provide that personal touch, where they can sit at a business or they can go to the school or, our events. We have 4 or 5 events during the year. It benefits our kids to know their faces. So when something happens, they don't have a problem with going to a deputy or going to an officer. So yes, I think that would create a huge amount of pride for our city to be able to do that and do it in the right way.
My thing is,
All right.
I'm gonna say this here real quick, President. I'm tired of hearing this. I promise you I am. I'm tired of hearing this. My thing is, I deal with the citizens every day. I'm talking about from wearing a suit in the morning to wearing motherfucking hood clothes in the afternoon. I deal with citizens. I'm tired of hearing this, man. We need to resolve this. People want a police department. They do. Man, let me finish. Jasmine, you my sister. I love you. You my councilman. But look, Centerpoint need a police department. Bring the people in here and let them say something different. I'm serious. These people telling me, councilman, they look at me like I'm stupid. Man, I can't even cuss. I can, but I ain't gonna do it. But let me finish real quick. We need a police department. We don't need no extra city sheriffs. What they doing? I'm seeing them every day at the gas stations, sitting down, watching donuts and coffee, day and night. Bring the police department in here that's gonna do something. I deal with citizens every day. I don't give
President Glenn,
nothing. No,
one last, she asked something about
Man,
finances.
well, I'm steady talking, but
Oh, it's okay.
I tell you already know I'm voting.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
we need a police department.
Well, what
in
I,
Centerpoint.
Mhm. Just as my, they asked the question about finance and we'll look at the
Financing
finance.
and all that, they ain't got nothing to do with
No,
what we was just
it's
talking
very
about.
important.
Okay, well, okay.
Just to
I'm
give a
through
little
talking.
clarity,
Turn
that's fine. And I can send it to you. I already did the report, but if you want,
You did it before while I was talking.
yes.
Man,
I had the report. No, the
everybody
report was in
go
my,
to whoever else. Focus on
my,
Centerpoint.
my Google
Focus
Docs.
on Centerpoint.
It's okay.
We in
So this
Centerpoint.
is what I'm saying. It's okay.
I'm about to go, man.
Sometimes it's just other
This is
things.
crazy. Y'all trying to press the
Okay, so basically, just to go over just quickly, I think I want to answer Pro Tem's question. She asked about money. So it's really not, I'll send it to you, Pro Tem, if you want to read it, but we do have the money in reserves. I think it's important to answer her question. She asked the question, do we have the money? We do have it in reserves, Pro Tem. We do have money. We're not broke. But I think for me, it's about sustaining a police department force year after year.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the thing. And if I'm wrong, Mayor, you correct me. I think it's more so about the sustainability of a one-time payment versus reoccurring cash, because it's going to take reoccurring money to continue to fund it. And I just think if we had like a visa, somebody to come in and just give us a sustainability report to say, okay, yes or no, but we do have the money there, Pro Tem. But the money to sustain it year by year by year by year, I don't know if we really have.
Year by year by year. What
You-
y'all
But the
talking
police
about?
department need to be here year by year by year by year. You need to sober up.
Hey, wait,
now.
Councilwoman,
I just want you to understand this.
let me-
That is
let me
very
say-
true.
Let me
It's
say
about
this,
what's
let me say,
needed.
Yeah,
hey,
Well, no, he's saying a police
No.
department right now.
no.
That's what he's asking. He's saying we need to start one right now. I think that requires, Officer Weatherly, strategic planning. That's all I'm saying.
Look here. Let me say this. And I'm all with the police doing the police department, but we have to do this, money-wise, we have to do this the right way. We have to set up things the right way to get this started. Well, and I'm 100% with the people as hiring people to get started with this police department. We don't have enough money right now to hire this many people at one time. And this would take away hiring 4 people. That's like almost $400,000 a year extra that we're gonna be paying Jefferson County. So we, councils, have to come together and decide what we're gonna do. My official thing was that I trust the mayor as when he's gonna take the cheap list and look at the cheap list and go over the cheap list as to who you wanna hire for the chief, to bring somebody in here where we can show the citizen that we are trying to start this police department. Now, we have on this agenda, we have 8 things. We only talked about one thing, is we have 30 more minutes left before the council meeting's done.
I personally think we need to apply for some of these grants, the federal grants and all that before
That's on the
we
agenda. We
do
don't talk about.
anything.
That's
I
on
think no, it wasn't that I wanted to talk about, that I put it on the agenda. I think we need to personally go apply for some of these federal grants, these grants that start up a police department. When we get these grants, then we say, bam, we got that police department. But until then, do we want to go broke
No.
in the city?
Not on my time.
I mean, no, but we got to do something
Not
for
on my
the
watch.
citizens.
You
She
don't
just
even
said
know.
we got 3.
I have the
Let-
numbers
can-
if you want to
Okay,
see the
let's
numbers.
move on to the next thing. Let's do this.
No,
Let's move on to the
because we
next thing.
talking.
Let's move on to the next thing.
We need to address
President-
some things before
President-
Okay, we address this thing. Okay,
President, can I request something from you? Can I request for fiscal
Can-
impact statement,
can we
just to see
please
how this will work?
move on
so we can move
to the
on.
next
So
thing?
move
asked
on,
you a
then we'll
question.
come back the next meeting and talk about the same thing. Get this clear right now.
Okay,
She
go ahead,
asked
get
you
it.
a
Everything clear
Okay,
right
get
now.
it
Go
clear.
ahead.
And the
Go
council meeting
What
starting
you
in
say
30
you
minutes.
need?
Go ahead, get it
A
clear.
fiscal impact statement from the city clerk or finance clerk to just let us see. It would be a report showing us how starting a police department could impact us financially long-term, okay? Maybe a 5-year fiscal statement, impact statement. I
We're
can
gonna
submit
get a
that.
report.
I can, yes.
We're gonna get someone out.
Y'all
So-
killing me, man. The citizens are asking me every day, when y'all gonna move forward?
Because we had one from
Every meeting
2021.
we talking about same stuff we talked about last meeting.
Last
Okay.
The last meeting, before the last meeting.
But we can't rush
Man,
it.
move forward, man.
We can't rush
What
it.
I don't
So-
want this to be
Everything
is,
clear, everything out right now.
I don't want this
We
to be
can't
Walker
rush.
County. I mean, other counties. I don't even know what all counties that had bad police officers and that did X, Y, and Z when they got that power. People will tell you one thing, but once they get the power, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna abuse it. It's a lot of people abuse power, and that's what we don't need. That's my issue in rushing somebody in, trying to
Centerpoint
rush
gotta move
somebody
forward.
in that
Centerpoint
don't want
gotta
to
move
do what
forward.
they have to do. We need to make sure we get the right people in office and as appointed police officers and however they do it, we get those right people in so Centerpoint won't become another one of those counties or cities that are taken away because of that issue. That's a big issue for me.
I agree.
So that's why I'm saying You know, do we have the money or don't we? She just said something about the money. Here's the thing. If we do put that money towards that, we're not gonna have a lot of money.
Correct, especially if something hits the
Focus
city.
on the people. Don't worry about
I
money
am
right
focusing
now.
has to
on the
be
people,
right.
and I'm
Don't worry
saying
about the
hire
money.
your
We know
extra
what-
deputies
Okay.
until
That ain't gonna happen.
we get what we need to start that police
Okay.
department and be
My
able to
last
sustain.
statement
You
for
get
now.
him
Right
out.
now,
Wait.
let me see, President.
Listen here,
Out.
this meeting,
Let the mayor decide who he want to be the chief, and that chief come
Yeah,
before
that's the mayor.
the council.
okay,
The mayor decide who he want to be chief, and they come talk to us.
that's correct.
a-
That's the way to
plan.
do it.
That's the
That
plan.
ain't no argument.
Okay, that's
The
the plan.
mayor decides
The
that.
mayor gonna decide that.
Why
The
is
mayor
that-
got the
man,
application, the
come
mayor
on,
got
man.
everything. The mayor gonna decide that.
I told you
Recess.
that before.
Recess.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. The mayor decide who
The
gonna be
mayor
the
gonna
chief,
make that decision.
and we decide as a
Mhm.
council,
We,
and the people decide. I'm through with that.
okay, the mayor gonna.
And I ain't talking no
Listen,
news.
the mayor have the
nothing
list.
tonight.
The
Nothing.
mayor have the list. The mayor have what he
That's
needs.
it.
Let him do.
Let's go with the mayor.
That's correct. We
I'm
go with the
listening.
mayor with the thing. Okay,
You
now,
talk, you
we
need
gonna
to
go
take-
with the
Oh,
mayor.
no, let's not go there now.
Take a breather.
Uh,
Are we
I
live?
almost said something bad.
Are
now.
we
ain't
live?
going there.
Are we live?
I'm gonna say something live. If we live,
No, Stokes. Come on.
don't do me like that.
I didn't say, I
Man,
said
you
that
been
to him.
talking- What you
I
said?
asked. I
drunk.
asked a
Don't do
question.
it. Don't do it to me.
I'm
No,
asking.
no, I'm all right.
I'm asking.
Next question. Don't do it
Ye-
to me.
yes,
I
sir.
asked what I
Yeah,
want
we
to
can
ask.
let the
almost
citizens
said something.
talk.
You
Don't
can
do
say
that.
whatever.
I'm
I
not
I'm not
asked.
going there with you.
I
man.
asked
I
a
love
question.
listening to my councilwoman. You know that.
Yeah,
But
but
don't
I
do
just
me.
asked a
Don't
question,
do me.
Stokes.
Don't do me.
Nobody accused you.
Going
I
nowhere with
asked.
Nobody. Shay ain't here. Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
You want to say something? You know? Turn it on.
I just got here late. I didn't really know what time started.
It started 6:30. This is early. the
Work session.
Oh,
We're
okay.
doing the
all
work
right.
Work
session now.
session.
We're
Okay,
not doing a council meeting.
okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
I really, Mr. Mayor.